Welcome everyone to this explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here today because we're tackling a mystery that consumes roughly 6 years of our lives, dreaming. Have you ever woken up completely baffled by the vivid, totally strange scenes playing out in your mind overnight? Well, today, we're decoding that mystery. We're going to explore the symbolic language of lucid dreams and learn exactly how our sleeping minds are trying to communicate with us. It's an incredible journey into the subconscious, so let's get right to it. Okay, let's dive into this. Here's the foundational rule we've absolutely got to accept. Dreams rarely speak in direct words. You know, when you're awake, if someone wants to tell you something, they just say it in a sentence, right? But your nighttime narratives, they actively avoid straightforward literal language. Your brain isn't going to hand you a neatly typed memo while you sleep. Instead, it relies on a completely different vocabulary. So, if the subconscious isn't using sentences, what is it using? Well, it communicates through specific elements: images, places, objects, and feelings. Think about it. A sprawling staircase leading nowhere, a door that just won't open, a vast and turbulent ocean, a dark shadow, or a blinding light. Inside our dreams, these things aren't just background scenery. They are the actual message. And when you stop to really feel the profound isolation of that empty staircase or the terrifying weight of that dark shadow, you realize they carry an emotional weight and meaning far, far beyond their mere physical appearance. Section 1, the language of dreams. Let's look at how the mind speaks. And this brilliantly illustrates the core difference. On one side, we have your waking, conscious mind. It communicates logically, it likes order, facts, and linear progression. But on the flip side, your subconscious mind, the director of your dreams, it doesn't communicate logically. It communicates emotionally. It speaks symbolically. It weaves together associations, deeply held memories, and profound feelings. It's a completely different operating system, fluid and driven by emotion rather than rigid logic. It's really fascinating how common symbols often act as placeholders for these deep emotional states. Take a look at a classic dream dictionary. A house showing up in your dream might actually represent your inner self. A locked door could symbolize something hidden away in your psyche. Flying, that often represents a profound, exhilarating sense of freedom. And falling, which is honestly one of the most common dreams across humanity, usually points to a terrifying feeling of a loss of control in your waking life. These symbols are standing in for something much bigger than themselves. Section 2, deeply personal. Why meaning is subjective. So the absolutely crucial point is this: dream symbols are rarely universal. This is a massive warning against relying too heavily on those direct universal translations. A rigid dream dictionary just isn't the final answer, because personal context is literally everything. Think about it. What a dog represents to someone who grew up with a beloved golden retriever is vastly different from the absolute panic a dog represents to someone who was bitten by one as a kid. The symbol is the exact same, but the internal language is completely distinct. What truly matters when decoding these messages is breaking them down through your own entirely subjective lens. You've got to ask yourself, what do these symbols mean to you? How do they make you feel? What specific memories do they awaken inside you, and what emotions get stirred up? The true meaning of any dream relies entirely on your individual memories and your unique emotional reactions to the imagery presented to you in the dark. Section 3, the power of lucidity, decoding your dreams. If you aren't familiar with it, let's define it clearly real quick. Lucid dreaming is the act of becoming aware inside the dream while it's actually happening. You suddenly realize, hey, I am dreaming. And the very moment you achieve that awareness, everything changes. It allows you to actually stop what you're doing, observe the symbol right in front of you, and do something incredible. Ask questions directly to your own subconscious. It unlocks a profound, real-time method for intense self-understanding. When you realize you're dreaming and you see a strange symbol, maybe that locked door or that endless staircase, you can pause and literally ask your dream environment these exact questions. What does this represent, and why is this appearing now? Just think about how powerful that is. You are consciously interrogating the emotional projections of your own mind. Let's move to and see how this builds, because the subconscious reacts in incredibly dynamic ways when directly questioned. So how does the dream respond? Well, the symbol itself might physically transform right before your eyes. It might peel back to reveal something previously hidden. Or, incredibly, it might simply trigger a massive, totally unexpected, emotional realization that you just weren't prepared for. The dream talks back, but again, in its own symbolic, deeply emotional way. Section 4, your subconscious, the practice of honest observation. Understanding dream symbols is not about forcing meaning. It is about curiosity, it is about observation, and most importantly, it is about emotional honesty. You cannot aggressively demand answers from your mind. It's a very gentle process. Why? Well, because very often, the subconscious mind already knows exactly what your conscious mind is trying to avoid. If you force it, you might lose the message entirely. You have to be totally open and honest with yourself. To make this as practical as possible for you, here is a precise 4-step framework you should absolutely use the next time you encounter a confusing object or feeling in your sleep, especially if you achieve lucidity. Step 1. Pause. Do not ignore the symbol immediately. Step 2. Look carefully at it. Really study its details. Step 3. Feel what it carries. What is the emotional weight of this object in the dream? And finally, Step 4. Ask yourself. Directly engage with the imagery. And the ultimate question you want to ask yourself, literally the core of this entire explainer, is right here. What might my mind be trying to show me? Because within these abstract, strange, and honestly beautiful symbols, our dreams are often hiding their deepest, most important messages. I want to leave you with that powerful thought to ponder before you drift off to sleep tonight. Keep a curious mind, pay attention to those symbols, and see what your subconscious is waiting to tell you. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer today.